Hi guys, my name is Mia. Basically, my new channel. I am a type 1 diabetic and I was diagnosed with it at 2 years old. The signs of getting it is you're really thirsty, you have to use the bathroom a lot, you start getting blurry eye vision, which is really hard when you're getting those signs at 2. I'll just tell you the story because it's really long and complicated about how I got it at 2 years old. Okay, so we were at my nanny's baby shower with my cousin Bria, and I was tired. I wasn't really playing on the bouncy house and stuff, and I was laying across people's laps and acting tired, and I would take naps in the middle of the day for no reason, which is not normal for me. I never take naps. It's just I'm so hyper and I never want to take a nap. But I started wanting to take naps, and my mom found it weird. My grandma said that we should take me to the doctor, and my mom was like, well, I don't know, what am I gonna go do? Bring her to the ER and say she's been feeling tired? That's kind of weird. So we waited a couple of days, and then we went to the doctor, and my mom promised me if I peed in a cup for them to test, then she would go get me a little slushie and some Cheetos or something like that. I don't vividly remember what she got me, but we ended up going to the doctor. And after I got the stuff, the doctor called us back, and the doctor said, head to the hospital right now. My blood sugar was unfortunately something like 1,000. I don't vividly remember, but I'll enter it right here. This was my blood sugar. That's a really high number. And at 2, I didn't know anything about that. So but my mom was so confused about it, she didn't know what to do. Then I was strapped to this table and they were testing me for things and all of this stuff. And then we found out I had type 1 diabetes, which was very difficult at age 2, and it was definitely difficult for my mom and my parents, just generally, because it was a new thing. They didn't know what to do. They'd never been through type 1 diabetes. It was really hard. And I understand that now. It's still hard for me, but we have to get through it. And so, I guess that's just how I got diagnosed. I mean, we didn't really pay attention to the signs of it before all of that. So my mom didn't think of anything of it, but my Aunt Boo were all thinking of it. I guess it just happened. I mean, we couldn't prevent it. It's type 1. Okay, so if you're confused, basically type 1 diabetes is something where you have a pancreas and it produces insulin. So when you eat sugar and carbs, your insulin is just going and it's following it. So your blood sugar is going to stay fine, hopefully, unless you're diagnosed. And type 1 diabetes is when your pancreas doesn't work. It doesn't produce insulin, which is not a good thing. So you have to now give insulin by either manually on a thing called an insulin pump, which I have right here, which I will probably do a review on that if you request, or you could do shots, which you put however much insulin you need based on what you eat and how much carbs you eat and how much sugar you do eat. And you put the insulin in and you give your shot, and that gives you the insulin that you need to catch up. So that's just like a gist of it. That's just like kind of like an example of it. It's like the insulin is just chasing your blood sugar, so it has to catch up when you have diabetes. And some other things I want to talk about is blood sugars. Your blood sugar is like the reading of how high and low you are, your blood sugar. So you basically prick your finger, either one, like any finger, and you're gonna have blood. Make sure you wipe your finger first with an alcohol wipe, and then you put it into a machine and it reads your blood sugar for you. And for me, it's, as an 11-year-old, it's different for all ages. If you're older, your blood sugar is gonna have to stay in a range that is lower. It's gonna have to stay in like the 105, 110 range. But for me, mine is 150. It stays around that area. Too high is over 250, and too low is below 80 for me. But it's different for everybody. It just depends on what age you are and how you're doing. When you visit the doctor daily, they're gonna tell you your range and all of that. So I think if you do have type 1 diabetes, you should be visiting the doctor. I do it every 3 months at Children's Hospital, and they just do like a little mini checkup just to make sure I'm doing good. So I want to say thank you for watching my video. This is basically a story time about my life and like all of that stuff. I hope you subscribe, like this video. This is for all of you diabetic people, and I just want to say you're beautiful. Don't forget, smile big, live a happy diabetic life, and peace out, divas.